Hi, so this video is going to show you how to create bar graphs by hand. You need to know this, one, because it's in the test, and two, if you learn how to create something, it's often easier to interpret other examples of it. Graph drawing is what we call a transferable skill. It means you can use it across a number of subjects, such as maths and science. For this, you will need a pen or a pencil, a ruler, and also a piece of paper. Graph paper is best. I'm going to be using a piece of blank paper, but you can use a refill or a piece of book. And also, most importantly, you need some data. The data I'm going to be using is from the last video, what is a bar graph. Step 2 is using the data to figure out how big our graph is going to be. You can see that the highest number is 9 and the lowest number is 2. There are also 8 different categories that we're going to be using on our graph. These are the different types of fruit and vegetable.
Category goes on the horizontal x-axis or along the bottom of your bar graph. We'll draw this after working out how big the vertical or y-axis needs to be. But remember that we need to leave gaps in between each category. What we do next is work out the scale of our vertical or y-axis. Now I'm saying the word scale a lot, but I'm not talking about fish. Scale refers to the unit of measurement of whatever we're graphing, so that's the number, and the size of the gap between each measurement that we put on our y-axis. On the example on your screen, you can see that the numbers on the y-axis go up in 5s with an even amount of space in between each number. Because the highest number on our graph is going to be 9, the unit of measurement that I'm going to use is 1. So the gap between each unit will be 1 centimetre. So that means that our scale will be 1 centimetre equals 1 thing. However, if the highest number was 90 or 900 or 9,000, this would make my graph ginormous and way too big to fit on the page. It would also be really boring to make. So if my highest number was 90, my unit might be tens. So for every 1 centimetre on my y-axis, I would count 10 things. Once you've chosen your scale, 1 centimetre equals 1 thing, or 1 centimetre equals 5 things, or 2 centimetres equals 200 things, you have to stick with it the whole way through your y-axis. The golden rule of scale is equal distance, equal amounts. As you can see in the video, I'm drawing the scale and the axis for the data that we have. My scale is 1 centimetre equals 1 thing. Now it's very important that your scale always starts at 0 in social studies. And then I'm going up in ones, so again 1 centimetre is 1 item of fruit or vegetable. So it's now time to put on our x-axis, our horizontal one. What I'm doing is leaving equal-sized gaps along, or equal-sized spaces along the bottom there. So I have enough room for 1 centimetre per item or per category of vegetable or fruit. The only thing is that we need to leave gaps in between, which I haven't done. So what I'm going to do is add on another 8, because remember we have 8 categories. So I've sorted out the scale on the bottom. What I'm going to do now is to label my axes so I know what each one is about. My y-axis is the number of fruit or vegetables. And my x-axis is the types of fruit and vegetables, my categories. The very last thing that I need to do is to label the categories along the x-axis there. So you can see that I've left a gap in between each category. Step 6, last part, is to put the bars on our graph. So category is tomatoes and the number is 9. So on our graph, find tomatoes and 9, and we rule our line from where the category is to the part where our number is. Remember, we're making bars, so let's make it a proper bar. So that's the first one. The next one is onions and 4. So onions, and 4. So, ruling our line. Now if I've done it properly, I should be able to look across from the 4 and have a 1 centimetre gap in between. And I'll create my bar from there. So here is the finished product with all of my bars on. The only thing that's left is to give the graph a title. So this is a bar graph showing the amounts of different fruits and veggies in a photo.